of this particular woman who claimed that she did not know the guy she's dating now is an incel. It was actually a letter that was written to someone else. I'm gonna put the link to the article in the chat room, so y'all can go and check it out. But I took some notes from what she was saying, and according to her, she thought that it was a good thing that he didn't have an Instagram or had a heavy social media presence, you know. The guy that she met that she felt was perfect and he was such a great guy didn't have social media. According to her, that's how that situation started. She thought, oh, it was cool, he's not on social media, right? Then she ends up finding out that the guy not only has an Instagram page, but that he is sending DM messages to her own friend. Her friend told her that he had tried to talk to her in the DMs. Now, that is a big red flag there. First off, how did he go from not having an Instagram to him having an Instagram and then him trying to holler at your friend? You know what I think this is? I think the friend of a girl, you know, got hit on by her friend's boyfriend and she doesn't know how to tell her. That's what it seemed like to me. But be that as it may, she found out that he had a social media, okay? And not only did she find out he had social media, but that he was following over 1,000 Instagram models, okay? And was leaving very thirsty comments in their comment section. Again, I don't know how she knows this. I don't know whether she was tracking the pictures that he liked, because you know you can go and see the pictures that the people that you follow, you can see what posts they like. So maybe she must have got into his account and went and saw all the pictures that he had liked and left comments, or unless you look at his notifications and you can see the conversations he had under certain pics, you know. And like if you comment and somebody replies to you, can see it in notifications. So that's the only way that she would know that he was doing these particular things. And she also looked through his DMs and saw that he was harassing women. Okay. She claims that she saw that he was quote unquote harassing women. And she's claiming that all of this evidence proves that he is an incel. But she talked about how he, outside of social media, he's so perfect. She basically said that, you know, when he's not on social media, he's the guy that she wants him to be. But when he's on social media, he becomes quote unquote an incel, thirsty, a lame. Simping, simp. You know, that's basically what she's saying. So you didn't see from your interactions personally that he may be a little thirsty, you know, that he was an aggressive, you know, simp, quote unquote, or incel, but only on social media is he an incel, according to this particular female. And the one thing I surmise from this article is that this particular female has very low self-esteem, and she's dealing with a guy that preys upon low self-esteem women. He's probably a guy who's a Chad. He's probably a Chad, you know, a guy who has the, you know, the square jaw, probably in shape, but he dates women with low self-esteem. That's what it seems like to me, because for you to see all this and for you to still look to other people to whether you should stay with the guy or not, even though he's aggressively flirting with other women, flirting with your best friend, it just shows me that this particular female probably is the incel herself. She might be a femcel. The fact that you feel like you can't do no better than this guy. And that's what it seems like, you know? This guy has a whole Instagram page where he can go and be thirsty for these women that he sees on social media, you know? And my thing is this, the signs are always there. If you're dating a guy who's clearly physically out of your league, but he's dating you, that insecurity is going to build up in your mind, because obviously she felt like she was dating somebody and she was out of that guy's league. You know, she probably think that guy can do better. And she's like, well, he's too perfect. You know, it makes her laugh, probably can cook, you know, knocking her down in the bedroom, you know, doing all those different things. And she was like, well, I believe she went digging for something. Again, this could be her friend speaking, you know, as if, you know, she's her friend. It could be the reverse of that. But I think there's a circle going on, you know. Shout out to Terrell Torrance. And I just think that you do have a lot of low self-esteem women who get with guys who they think could do better than them. And you know, they'll have all those insecurities, but then instead of them looking inwardly, they'll look outwardly. They'll say, okay, outside of social media, he's perfect, but on social media, he's an incel. That doesn't make any sense. You can't have a girlfriend and call yourself an incel. You know, incels are guys who claim they can't get a woman to give them any type of play, can't sleep with one. They just totally just can't get any headway when it comes to dealing with the majority of women. Okay. But I think that, unfortunately, you have a segment of women who are dating guys who seems like, you know, it just seems like to me that this woman just is dating a guy who she feels like is out of her league. And I think that when women are insecure, they tend to not really understand how to cope with it. So they cope with it by trying to find out whether the guy they're with is cheating. Does he think that she's fat? Does he find other women attractive? You know, that's her way of coping with not being able to work on her own insecurities. She doesn't think that she needs to work on anything. She thinks that it's up to the guy to fix whatever's wrong with him, but there's nothing wrong with her. That's the mentality that keep women single, and they don't understand this. Unless you fix your own insecurities, you're going to forever be single. You're going to constantly struggle with being able to find people who actually care about you. Because for you to say, well, am I dating an incel? You should know that, because women are very good at reading people for the most part. Now, there are times where women have a blind spot when it comes to men, and it's usually men that they are very physically attracted to, because she never said the guy was unattractive, which means that she's attracted to him, but he has unattractive personality traits, usually because she overlooked certain things. Let me tell you this, you know, you're basically dealing with the guy who is an aggressive flirt. He's aggressive when it comes to hollering at women. He's hollering at your friend, which means that he has absolutely no respect for you, but you're willing to deal with that, you know, unless he change his ways and get off of Instagram. Let me tell you, man, a lot of these guys who women think are perfect, a lot of these guys who women think can get a whole bunch of women, that might be true, but that doesn't take away the fact they still have simp tendencies. They still like to go like pictures and comment on pictures of Instagram models, you know? And I think that's where, you know, the problem comes into play for them, is that they perceive that guy to be different because they're attracted to him, when he's probably just like all the other guys that they've curved and not want to necessarily deal with, you know? And my thing is this, like, a lot of times, one of the things that I've noticed is that women who've been single for a very long time have a very difficult, when they get in relationships, they have a very difficult time letting those relationships go if it turns toxic, you know, if it's not right for them, because they feel like they met somebody who actually wants to be with them. That insecurity has built up over the years. I don't care how attractive a woman is. If she's insecure about herself, a dude is going to be able to play upon that, and he's going to be able to get with her, because she feels like she's waited and waited and waited, and finally has found the person that she's looking for, but then it goes toxic and you realize that that wasn't the guy you was looking for. But I'm telling you right now, there were red flags there that she completely ignored because she wanted to be with the guy, and she continues to ignore it. This guy was trying to get with your best friend. He's DMing, in your words, harassing other women. So if he's chasing after other women in the aggressive manner that you're describing, why are you still dating him again? Why are you still dating them? It just seems to me that when women are deeply insecure and they've been lonely for a long time, they tend to settle. I think they tend to settle, man. And it's sad because there are women who have prospects to be in a good relationship, but because of their own insecure mindset, it never works out. And you got dudes who play upon that. You got, just like these guys, and let me just say this, you got guys who are in shape, you got guys who are attractive to women, who will still date women who are a little overweight. They will date single mothers, divorcees, because they know they can prey upon those women's weaknesses, and that woman sees him as a 10, and because of that, they're willing to put up with him. They're willing to cut off family for that guy. They're willing to turn their life upside down because they feel like they found the perfect guy that they're attracted to. And you have dudes who prey upon that. But they're not incels. They're usually the guys that y'all chase after. Truth be told, the dudes that these women chase after be the main ones on social media, liking pictures and following all these Instagram models. They be them. You know, they be the ones in these chicks' DMs thinking that, well, I can get all these women in my city. I know I can get her. And then they end up getting curved. So they get aggressive. So they get aggressive because they're not used to, you know, being ignored and things of that nature. And that's what seems like to be the case with this guy right here. She's got an aggressive simp who is preying upon insecurities. And she's still looking for every reason to be with the guy.